This is the UTV 44 Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Montenax Ford.
Two teams with very storied histories. As a matter of fact, 15 state championships between them. 6 for TR Miller, 9 for UMS-Wright. They match up tonight here for the first time since 2001 in a non-region matchup in week 6 of the high school football season here on UTV 44. Good evening. I'm Jim Cox, my partner, as always, Dan Brennan. And a matchup here tonight, Dan, like we're really excited about seeing the matchup. It's got a great vibe, and you got two programs. A lot of similarities matching up tonight.
Yeah, a lot of similarities. Both teams are really well coached. UMS has lost 2 games, but look, they've lost 2 heartbreakers
to 2 undefeated teams.
Yeah. Teams are undefeated, highly ranked. TR Miller looked really good Monday night against Bayside Academy. But again, we're talking Monday night. That means 2 games in basically 5 days. Not easy.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough challenge for them tonight, and they know it. And one thing we'll watch is, they got players that go both ways. It's always a challenge, especially on a short week. But they're excited to watch, and we're going to get a chance to see him in all phases of the game tonight.
Yeah, he's too good to ever really put on the bench for any reason. His name is Darius Webb. If you want to know if the guy if he's a good athlete or not, well, during the spring, he's a sprinter and a hurdler on the track team, and a very good one, too. So you see his numbers right there. He's just a really, really good athlete, and might have got a little banged up on Monday. We'll see how he plays tonight, but at his best, he's very good.
Yeah, punter, punt return, kick return, DB, wide receiver, might run it a few times tonight. Yeah, he's going to be all over the field.
Yes.
So TR Miller's going to come in here tonight. They want to run the football. That's what they do. And so they're very good at it. They got some big backs to do that. UMS might have to get some help from the backside of the defense to come up and shut down that run tonight.
Yeah, and good for them. Jackson Graham is a safety. He's a good tackler, too. He's got a lot of tackles on the year. So he's not a safety that's afraid of contact. There you see he's got 43 stops on the year. That is a bunch. 3 for a loss, which means they do bring him up, and they do blitz him and get him to create some mayhem on the other side of the line of scrimmage. So a run-stop safety, very important in this game because TR Miller is a team with great discipline and good enough talent in the backfield. What they want to do is establish the run.
So we talked about TR Miller playing Monday night. UMS they were off last week, and they haven't played a home game in a month, so they are ready to get back at it here tonight. So an exciting matchup between two, again, high-quality teams as we have a lot of non-region games taking place tonight. And the Tigers, boy, their fans are hoping they're going to hear them all the way up at Bruton tonight. As we know, we got a bunch of fans watching up there, and we got a bunch of them here tonight as well in Mobile. UMS and TR Miller, they kick it off right after this. UMS-Wright at home tonight, playing host to the TR Miller Tigers in a week 6 of the high school football season matchup here on Friday Night Rivals. And the home team, the Bulldogs, will receive the kick. TR Miller won the toss. They deferred to the second half. Miller Hart to kick off for the Tigers. Edwin White, Cole Blaylock, and Colby Stafford back deep. Stafford's taken 1 to the house already this year. And an ankle tackle out to the 41-yard line. UMS 2-2 on the year, as Dan said, 2 losses to 2 unbeaten, highly ranked teams, St. Paul's and Mobile Christian. The Terry Curtis 22nd year at UMS-Wright. Look at that winning percentage. Of course, 8 state championships here. Hall of Fame coach, and nobody better ever to do it in the state of Alabama as a head coach than Terry Curtis.
Troy goes up against somebody with a similar sort of winning percentage, but he is tonight.
We'll talk more about Coach Hubbard on the other side. Quick out. Colby Stafford, and big hit immediately put on, lost a helmet there. Let's look at UMS's starters up front. Stringer, Will Pappas, the saxophone playing guard. Had him on our pregame show. Bert Holder at center back. Drew Caney, they're there thin on the right side of the line with some injuries for the Bulldogs. Roberson on the outside along with Stafford. Jay Lawrence, the tight end, 3 touchdowns on the year. Singleton, the quarterback, and Cole Blaylock, the sophomore running back, who they are so high on here at UMS. And Dre Singleton, 464 yards, 5 TDs through the air, and 2 interceptions. He'll pull it down occasionally as well. Gives this one off. Blaylock on the left side, cuts back at midfield. He's going to have a first down. He's gang tackled up at the 45-yard line. But Blaylock, 260 yards coming in tonight, 3 touchdowns. John's T.R. Miller defense, they are stingy, giving up just 8 points a game. Britton, Walker, and Capterville, and keep your eye on 10. He disrupts things in the middle in a big way. Atkinson and Mims, the linebackers there. And Gandy as well. You'll see him on offense. Williams in the backfield, Webb that Dan talked about, and Lindsey and Blevins round out the secondary for this T.R. Miller Tiger team. They're 4-1. They've won 4 in a row after losing week 1. Looked like there was movement up front for the Bulldogs. No flag on the play. And give it in comes to Blaylock, and he's going to have about 7. Blaylock, you see what he's done so far here this season. He's really been their go-to guy out of the backfield. And we talked about it. We've seen the Bulldogs a couple times already, and this is a guy they really like, and Coach Curtis says continues to get better each and every week.
Yeah, he's only 165 pounds as a sophomore. He just has really good running back instincts, and they're blocking well for him up front, too. They've got some linemen that are moving, trap plays, and I know they're down a few linemen, but right now that group's playing well.
2nd and 3. Stafford goes in motion this time with Singleton, who's going to keep it and gets around Webb. He's going to be just short of the first down, but you saw Webb come up from his safety spot to make the tackle there on Singleton. You see his yards through the air, and he doesn't run it a whole bunch, but he can pull it down when he needs to. And he's only been sacked 3 times on the year, so he is elusive back there when he needs to be and gets rid of the ball. And again, this guy's been starting for a long time here at UMS, won a championship last year for this team.
He knows what he's doing.
That was good enough for the Bulldog first down, and continue on from just inside the 35. Blaylock on the left side got a nice hole, and now he cuts it back. He's inside the Tigers 20 and going to be dragged down at the 8 as he's finally ridden down by Kyle Blevins there, but it's 1st and goal, UMS at the 9.
Yeah, watch the blocking up front. If we get a chance to see this again, that's where the key is. Now, this kid really sees the holes well, but they are really blocking very well. He even taking care of the nose guard, Carpenter, but they were, quite frankly, concerned about coming into the game.
25-yard pickup there. That's his longest of the season for Blaylock. And 1st and goal from the 9. Roberson split to the bottom of the screen. They go with Edwin White, the Wildcat at quarterback. White up the middle, and great penetration that time there by the Tigers. And Jarikus Walker comes in, the senior, 6 foot, 240 pounds, and he read that well and got the Tennessee commit down low and wrapped him up. Gain of maybe 1. 2nd and goal coming up.
UMS has gone down the field like this so quickly, almost all of it on the ground. They pride themselves on stopping the run.
2nd and goal. Actually going to lose a yard on that one, so move it back to the 10. White looking to throw it, tosses it to the corner, and he's got the touchdown. Hung it up 80 from the defensive side. Robert Courtney, they bring him over. White, the safety on that defense, finds his linebacker brother there and tosses it up, and Bulldogs with an impressive drive to march down the field. And you see that Wildcat, you don't expect a lot of those Wildcat QBs to come in and throw it, but White, the great athlete, does a beautiful job there.
Okay, just a little schoolyard play. He draws the defense up, lays it over the linebacker, and they're kicking for an extra point.
Phillip Hunt, and he's got it. And UMS in just a little over 4 minutes takes advantage of the good field position, and Edwin White with the toss to Courtney, and the Bulldogs on top 7-0. Just underway here in the first quarter. Vanessa Stadium, UMS on top 7-0. Brent Hubbard there is head coach at T.R. Miller, his 2nd season, took him to the semifinals last year, and boy, he had a great run up at Maplesville, won the state championship 3 times in a row there as they were state champs. You know, it's so hard to win it 3 in a row, and he did it up there, and his dad was the head coach up at Maplesville as well. He won a state championship there, and Terry Curtis was singing his praises on our pregame show. We'll talk more about him later on. And here's Webb that Dan talked about. And you see Darius Webb about the 37-yard line. And we'll see him at wide receiver. Said all over the field. He is really one of their dynamic playmakers. Hubbard and his squad, they opened the year with a loss to Jackson 24-22. Jackson a 4A team and T.R. Miller a 3A team. And they've rattled off 4 wins in a row.
That production by Webb.
Hard count. Webb on the right side took a big hit. But at the 40.
UMS was pressing the issue there, Jim. And again, I think one of the, let me get the lineup in. I'll tell you what I'm seeing.
And starters up front, Noble, White, Henry, Dolahite, and Zodi McMillan, the big guy on the right side at 330. Then you'll see Webb on the outside. You'll also see Gage Mims, Miller Hart, and in the backfield, Orlando Gandy. He's going to carry the bunch tonight. Blake Jernigan, he's a 3-year starter at quarterback, and as I said, took him all the way to the semifinals last year. And he's going to keep it. He's wide open up the right side, streaking inside the 30. Jernigan inside the 10. Touchdown Tigers. 60 yards for Blake Jernigan.
Fools like that, never. And Jernigan's got enough speed to get it all the way to the house.
Sold it on the inside.
It really sold it. And that, again, is a concern that UMS-Wright's defensive staff has got a lot of regard for these running backs from T.R. Miller, and it cost him on that one. Too much.
Miller Hart in for the PAT, and running a whole bunch. He's a very smart quarterback, is how Coach Hubbard described him, and made the right read there. And Hart, and then tipped to the line, and UMS holds on to a 7-6 lead, but a 2-play drive there, and look at Blake Jernigan up the right side, and 60 for the touchdown, and T.R. Miller on the board. Well, that was a quick answer, Dan Brennan.
No kidding. We thought UMS-Wright got down the field in a hurry. 2 plays.
And they could not convert the PAT, but you could look at Blake Jernigan, the senior quarterback, and got up that far sideline and took it 60 for the touchdown. And, you know, there's been so many coaching changes up at T.R. Miller that, you know, if you're a senior, you know, you've gone through 3 coaches in the last 4 years, but when you were in, you know, junior high, you were still under the tutelage of Jamie Riggs up there. And so last year, Blake Jernigan was learning a new offense, as was the whole team. And Coach Hubbard said, you know, it kind of took us about till halfway in the season until we could really unleash the full package, because we were learning it.
Yep.
Take a look at what's going on tonight. Big battle in Mobile. Murphy and McGill tonight. Davidson and Saraland. Foley and Baldwin County postponed. Mary G hosting Blunt. We'll see the Leopards next week. Satsuma and Robert State postponed. Bayside trying to bounce back after the Monday night loss. Cottage Hill on the floor. Alberta and St. Michael will play tomorrow. Mobile Christian and Pensacola Catholic tonight. That's a big battle. Jackson and Thomasville. Charles Henderson taking on Williamson tonight. Sweetwater and the Leroy Bears matching up. St. Luke's and Milry, and Orange Beach, that one postponed, as was chucked off. Fruitdale and Washington County tonight. JF Shields and McKenzie. Sumter Central playing host to Greene County. And then games tomorrow, kind of making up some games from week 5. Gulf Shores taking on Robertsdale. Baldwin County taking on Spanish Fort. And Foley and Daphne, is Baldwin County being out with a hurricane and trying to get everything back rescheduled. So they're sneaking some games in for Saturday action tomorrow here on the Gulf Coast. Tigers will kick back off here with Miller Hart, White, Blaylock, and Stafford. Back deep for UMS. A high kick, and White the 20. On the right side, he's got another big hole. Spins free, still on his feet. And White into Tiger territory to the 42-yard line.
With the TR Miller 40-yard line on the return.
Takes it back.
Win retains, takes the tackle for TR Miller.
42-yard return there as we look at the 5A Region 1 standings, and see St. Paul's and Satsuma there at the top. Faith Academy and UMS play next week. That's going to be a big battle. And you see the rest of the schedule there, and the standings, I should say, in 5A. Singleton quickly out to Stafford, but who's there but Darius Webb.
You think they noticed Stafford on film?
He kind of jumps off the screen. Stafford so speedy. That his 14th catch of the year. Darius Webb there to make the stop.
The one way you stop a fast guy is you don't let him get started, and that's exactly what they did right there.
TR Miller did a good job of getting through those initial blocks there when they try to set him up to the outside. And a loss of 2. Ben Price now in tight end. And Blaylock gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, but not much more there. And Will Pappas will have to come out for a play because he lost his helmet. So lose the big left guard for a play on 3rd and long.
So that's could be a big loss.
And get our Heat timeouts. So we'll take it with him. Exciting start to this one. Halfway through, UMS on top 7-6 in the first quarter against TR Miller on Friday Night Rivals. TR Miller faithful right below us here at Ervin S. Cooper Stadium with the Mobile Paint School Colors cam, and a good contingent of fans coming down here from Bruton to watch this one, and a bunch of them watching up in Bruton tonight. Jim Cox and Dan Brennan, glad to have you with us as they set up the screen. Blaylock out of the backfield, inside the 35, inside the 30. It needs to be very close, and I think he's going to have the Bulldog first down. I like the play call there on 3rd and 12, and they pick it up. And if you're Coach Hubbard, boy, you hate to give up a 3rd and 12 here when you get a chance to maybe get some more momentum back.
Well, it looks like they bring the house, but actually the linemen let them go so they could get downfield with a middle screen.
Also helps to do that when you get that one play in, when you lose your left guard out because he had to come out because of the helmet.
Yep, agree.
UMS picks it up now down to the 29. Singleton looks, has plenty of time, floats this one in double coverage in the end zone, and just off the hands of Roberson. Now, Roberson wanted a flag, and didn't, none there. As Blevins was back there along with Landon Lindsay on the coverage. Roberson had a half a step, it looked like here, Dan.
Yep, he did. They've got some guys that can run on the outside. Roberson, one of them. That could have been a PI, actually.
Blevins. Back there in the coverage, and 2nd and 10. I see Robert Courtney back in at tight end. He's got the touchdown. He's going to lead blocking here for Blaylock. Blaylock up to the 20. UMS, this defensive front of TR Miller, one of the strengths of their team. Talking to some of the UMS coaches before the game, but UMS is doing a good job up front, getting good push to start.
Yeah, a lot of trap blocks, a lot of big guys moving across the line of scrimmage and moving vertically to go get a guy on the other side. And
yeah, so, you see they bring Zodi McMillan, number 78, 6'2", 330. Starts on the right side of the offensive line. They bring him right in the middle to try to help plug things up here on 3rd and short for the Bulldogs. 2 tight ends for UMS. Singleton on the keeper makes a little jump step at the 20 and then spins, and he's got a UMS first down to the 15, and we've got an injured Oh boy, that's Darius Webb down back for the Tigers.
Oh boy.
Oh, no, correct. That is not Darius Webb. Let's take a look here.
Excuse me, Coach.
Yeah, that's going to be naming Arcabus Campbell, 22. He's going to, that young man's going to hop up here. He got kind of caught up in some traffic behind the play.
You can hear the crowd below us here. We're above the visitors bleachers, and a lot of folks have made the drive down from Bruton.
He's going to try to put some weight on that right leg now to get off the field. And as we said, this TR Miller team, they play a lot of guys both ways. So when you suffer an injury, it can.
It's gonna leave you with a deficit. And again, remember they played just Monday night against Bayside.
1st and 10 for UMS as we're inside 4 minutes here. Singleton on the give, lots of room, and ball comes loose and on the ground. And TR Miller says they have it.
They almost had it.
UMS comes up with it. Watch the big hit. Let's see who pops it.
Guess
out
who?
of Blaylock. Yep, it's Webb, and then oh boy, great opportunity there for.
Blaylock himself who fell on it, right? Blaylock, a shifty runner, Jim, and he never makes. As far as us watching, he doesn't make the wrong cut. He always makes the right cut.
2nd and 7.
Sometimes you can shift yourself right into a tackle, but we haven't seen him do that yet.
Matthew Hedge, sophomore, comes in, splits out wide to the top of your screen. Stafford to the bottom. Singleton rolling out, looking, wants the back of the end zone as he wanted Jay Lawrence, his tight end, who has 3 touchdown receptions, the leading TD getter through the air for this Bulldog team. And
I think we've seen one of them.
we have, and there you have his numbers.
Oh,
there.
5 catches, 3 of them touchdowns. He is a specialist.
And 121 yards, so not just like a short yardage threat either.
Yeah, good player.
Yeah, runs well. One of the seniors on this Bulldog team. And 3rd and 7 coming up for UMS. Again, this is a non-region matchup. UMS has won the last 3 meetings between these two teams. Last time they met was the 2001 season, and this is going to be a pre-snap infraction against the Bulldogs, and going to make it be a 3rd and 12. Yeah, UMS has won the last 3, but before that, TR Miller had won 8 straight against UMS.
Prior to the snap, and a snap infraction on the offense. It's 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
McConnell collision flag on the play, and now 3rd and 12 coming up. Philip Hunt, the kicker for the Bulldogs, he's 4 of 4 on the year of field goals and as long as 31. So see what UMS does here on 3rd down. They flip the screen out of the backfield to Blaylock, who's wide open on the left side. Touchdown Bulldogs, 17 yards. And Singleton just floated it out there, and Blaylock has the touchdown reception. The Bulldogs back-to-back scores on their first 2 drives here.
Yeah, the Tigers blitzed, and UMS-Wright's got the answer. Perfect play called. No one is out on the flat with Blaylock. I mean, nobody at all. And this guy's a running back. This is a walk in the park for him, though.
Atkinson was coming in on the pressure from the left side, and Blaylock just slipped out. And Hunt will try to make it a 14-6 game, and he does. So UMS with touchdowns on their first 2 drives. And this one, a toss to Blaylock, and UMS on top 14-6 on Friday Night Rivals. A good look there at Coach Terry Curtis on the UMS sideline. His team on top 14-6. Well, he was telling a great story about Coach Hubbard, and he knew his dad's gym going all the way back there on the same Mississippi, Alabama All-Star coaching staff in '97, so he's known Coach Brent. Yes,
a lot of good things to say about both of them, right?
Yep. Webb on the right side. We might have a shootout on Old Shell Road tonight. Dan Brennan is Webb all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, sometimes I miss on my pregame players, but I don't think I missed on this guy, Jim. Darius Webb, we highlighted him pregame.
All right, we got a McConnell collision flag back at the 41. And it looks like this one is going to bring back the Tigers.
Got a block in the back on the receiving team. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Be first down, T.R. Miller.
Well, let's look and see because they're. Oh, yeah, right there on.
Oh, yeah.
In the,
boy, didn't have to.
And it was at the 25, almost, maybe you're up closer to the 30. So they. Well, you go from the 40, the plus 41, all the way back to your own 20.
We'll just hand it to 21 again and see what he does.
Or have 12 keep it. And
that worked.
Jernigan this time gives it off to Orlando Gandy Jr. And we know it's Jr. because we met Orlando Gandy Sr. sitting down right in front of us before the game.
We had a great conversation with him, and he had something really cool to say. He said, in Bruton, we don't go to get players. We develop players. We take average football players, and we make them better. That's what we do.
Been doing it a long time. Send us your questions. You got there in the broadcast. Hey, guys, at utb44.com, and we'll try to answer them throughout the broadcast. Gandy, 434 yards and 8 touchdowns on the ground coming into this one tonight. No gain there. And they go to him again on the right side. And he's going to have a first down and more as he's up to the 42. Pick up 22 yards on that one for Gandy. And here's this UMS-Wright defense. Price, Adams, and Snipes, Turner, Robert Courtney, who's their leading tackler there at linebacker. Gaston, Edwin White, we'll see him move around. Joe Lott, freshman starting at cornerback on the far side. Jackson Graham, who Dan highlighted. Barton Elliott there, and Kyle Patel. UMS kind of battling the injury bug here. Past couple of weeks, they got some starters out, shifting players around. Trouble with the snap. Jernigan, good job to corral that one, and they'll lose yardage on first down, but that could have been a little dangerous there. But
like a toddler playing with a balloon. He finally got a hold of it and made something out of it.
Jernigan, another one of those quarterbacks we've seen some in the past few weeks that very, very even keel level, doesn't get super emotional out there, but really smart decision making we've seen so far here tonight.
Well, 3-year starter at a school that takes football seriously. Yep. That says a whole lot.
362 yards through the air, and TJ Fountain now, another big sophomore, 225 pounds, lines up in the backfield behind Jernigan. And Gage Mims goes in motion. And they come out, and it goes through the hands of Darius Webb, and it was a good job by Patel to fight through that block there to kind of shield his vision a bit.
Yeah, Patel not really big, but man, did he show up on that play right there. So UMS-Wright team is just coached so well, Jim, and these kids take to the coaching. You know, they show you on the field what they're taught during the week.
That's what every coach has told us that we've seen over the past 20-something years we've been doing this, is like fundamentally sound, don't beat themselves, always in the right spot. Inside a minute to go here in the first on Old Shell Road in Mobile, and a beautiful night for high school football. Jernigan rolls out, looking to go deep, wants to check it down. Pressure coming from the backside. The ball is knocked loose, recovered by UMS at the 41. Jernigan didn't feel the pressure coming from the backside and got blindsided.
Well, all that time, Jimmy had to know it was coming, and it caught up to him. Just a good job in the defensive backfield.
Cameron Snipes, two fumble recoveries coming in tonight. Now he has 3. And the big hit was put on by Jamie Gaston, the senior linebacker. He'll get credit for the sack.
Barton Elliott was back there in coverage, Jim, and it was the guy Elliott was covering that Jernigan was trying to go to, and that cost him the sack and the fumble.
Yeah, it looks like he wanted to go deep, and then as he was trying to check down, the pressure came And UMS now with good field position at the Tiger 41.
Wow.
To the outside goes Blaylock. He turns the corner, gets around Blevins, and Blaylock inside the 20.
Blaylock to the T.R. Miller 13-yard line.
Boy, well drawn up play there. Dan Brennan and picks up 28.
Yeah, it's that blocking up front, Jim. They're doing a great job just collapsing, and Blaylock knows where to go. He knows what to do when the linemen do their job. He's got really good instincts.
See if UMS will hurry and get one more play off here with. I don't think Terry Curtis says, no, we're not going to snap it. So what an exciting first quarter here. Some big plays by some big-time players we talked about to start the broadcast. UMS on top 14-6-1 here on Friday Night Rivals. Ready to start quarter number 2 here. Ervin Cooper Stadium on Old Shell Road here in Mobile. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Jared Kihas in the truck, and our great Friday Night Rivals crew bringing you this one here on an absolutely picture-perfect Friday night for high school football.
Station number 71, Will Pappas, played the saxophone in the band, and Terry Curtis had to get him out of the band, get him on the football field.
But wanted to make sure he could still be in the band, but he still wanted him to be part of the football team. Blaylock trying to get wide. Cuts it back to the inside. He'll pick up a couple. Capterville wrote him down there.
Pappas' Kenny G Like Christmas album drops next week, I think.
And, but Curtis was saying, Coach Curtis was saying he thought it was great that he could still be in the band, be part of being a student here at UMS, do a lot of things. But Will was a great sport in our pregame show.
He was great. He was great.
He was a little nervous about being on camera, but did a great job. And you see him there, number 71, one of the leaders of the offense.
We've had 17 on too. Great kid.
Yep. Singleton gives it off. Stafford, the speedster, inside the 10. Bring up third down here for the Bulldogs. Stafford just has his 9th carry of the year. He's might be one of the no doubt one of the fastest players in the field here tonight. Third and about a handful coming up.
A couple of big downs for the Tigers from Bruton. They really need to keep UMS-Wright out of the end zone here. Tough turnover, giving the ball, giving them a short field. An offense that tonight looks like they don't even need a short field.
Yeah, they bring Clark Turner, the linebacker, into block. Singleton wide open, floats it out in front of Stafford, who's got the corner and the touchdown. 3 passing touchdowns in the first half for UMS-Wright.
Such great execution. Great execution. I thought UMS-Wright might try to run it twice, 4-down territory and all that, but no, Terry's got enough confidence in his skilled people. Singleton, Stafford.
Yep.
Stafford got loose. He got step and a half on the defender, and it was over.
Yeah, he got out in front of Blevins and didn't have far to go once he made the reception.
Exactly.
Hunt to try to make it a 21-6 UMS lead, and does just that. So it's the replay here. Good protection for Singleton. And third touchdown reception of the year for Stafford, and the 7th touchdown pass this season for Singleton.
At first I thought Singleton overthrew him a little bit, but Stafford can really run, obviously, and Singleton put it right where he needed to. I should have known better.
Got some folks watching the game tonight. Got Frank and Mary Lott watching the broadcast. Their son Joe making his first start for UMS on the defensive side. Robert Cook watching the game up Old Shell Road here in Mobile. We've got some T.R. Miller folks watching down in Orange Beach. We'll talk about in a second as well. Friday Night Rivals driven every week by Mullinex Ford. Thanks for being a part of Friday Night Rivals and bringing these great games each and every week. Week 6. I mean, some folks watching at home might know what like an over-under is. I'm not sure a lot of folks would have said the over of getting to 6 weeks at the start of this high school football season, and super excited we've been able to pull this off.
Well, Terry Curtis and his team played week number 1. Terry said simply so we knew they could play a game.
Right. Hunt sends this one into the end zone. And T.R. Miller, who turned it over last time. And see T.R. Miller unbeaten in the region. Again, that only loss against Jackson. Wilmington unbeaten on the year as well. They got a big matchup coming. T.R. Miller beat Bayside on Monday night on a rescheduled game. And Hillcrest Evergreen there. And Cottage Hill, Excel, and Chickasaw.
Yeah, they came down to Mobile September the 2nd and beat Cottage Hill handily.
Yeah.
T.R. Miller.
It was after that tough loss against Jackson. Jernigan gives it to the second back, and it's Webb, and Webb makes a move at the 30, and they may not catch him, Dan Brennan. Darius Webb inside the 10, touchdown, 80 yards for Webb.
So he came into this one, and the word was, Webb's a little banged up. I wonder what he looks like when he feels good. Because he looks good tonight.
Yeah, and he kind of hit another gear about the Bulldog 30.
I actually saw exhaust come out of somewhere.
Whoa.
That kid can go, huh?
So a 60-yard and an 80-yard touchdown run for the Tigers.
They're putting UMS on notice. They're not going anywhere. They get some things straightened out defensively. It's kind of stunning to see big plays off UMS-Wright defense.
Now they'll chase the points and go for 2 here, and a jump pass, and it's intercepted as Miller Hart is trying to capitalize and get that missed extra point back. But UMS, the lead by 9, and Darius Webb with the move and the score. Touchdown, Tigers. But, you know, for a team that kind of likes to grind it out on the ground, Dan Brennan, and be very, you know, they've had a 2-play drive and a 1-play drive. For 60 and 80 on the ground for the Tigers.
That's not grinding. That's instant coffee right there.
21-12.
You know, against a defense we don't see get picked apart with big plays very often, and we've seen it now the 3rd time this year.
Right, and think about like, you know, in the St. Paul's game, that was 34-30 game. They weren't a lot of huge, long runs like that. Is this angled kick to the near side, and UMS puts down a knee at the 36 as that one bounced over into Jackson Bassett. Made the stop there, and the 36. All right, so we've talked a lot about Coach Terry Curtis. 8 state championships. He's coached UMS 2. They have 9 in their history. Who is the other coach to coach the Bulldogs to a state championship? We'll find out in the second half.
Well, we're not live on camera. You see the look on my face right now. It's not confident.
Puzzling was a bit more of a... There's Coach Terry Curtis. Again, 8 championships here at UMS, and built this into the most dominant programs in the state. Singleton, all kinds of time, wants to air it out. Now double coverage back there. It's going to be picked off. Going up to pull it down, Miller, Hart, and Kyle Blevins, excuse me. And that was into double coverage, and I'm not sure Coach Curtis is going to like the decision here by Singleton.
Yeah, Blevins can run, and he's really great ball skills, huh? Going up and getting that one.
And, you know, you got to love a DB who has that short-term memory. You know, was beat by Stafford on the touchdown last time, but then goes up and gets the interception, and now we're seeing turnovers here in this first half. And
big plays and turnovers.
All the way back at the 17. The Tigers will take back over. Up to the big back, Gandy. Well, one of the big backs. There's no shortage of those here. Gandy, again, their leading rusher, comes in, and he and Courtney collided there. Well, what a great fun talk we had with Orlando Gandy's mom and dad before the game, right below us here in the T.R. Miller stands.
Productive chat, right? But it's really cool, the T.R. Miller crowd right here. You really feel the school pride. You can sense the history of this program by just watching them react to what we see on the field.
They go back to Gandy on the right side. Drops the shoulder and lunges ahead. That's about the 27.
Yeah, UMS-Wright wants to get these guys on the ground before they get started because they can be punishing.
You talk about downhill running when you're a big back like that.
Yeah. Two of them back there. There's 40s in there right now.
Yeah, that's Fountain, the sophomore, at 225. On third and less than a yard. And now Jernigan wants to keep it. Oh, what a play to get the first down there. Looked for a little quick out to Miller Hart, instead pulled it down and then made a move to fall forward and jump ahead before he's brought down by White, but he's got the first down.
It might have been a mix-up. Watch Jernigan. He's confused here a little bit. Might have been defense, but also Hart they weren't on the same page because the coaches were talking to Hart right after that play. He happened to be near the sideline. So somewhere along the line, Jernigan just had to make it up and get the first down.
So they convert on third and short. Motion to the far side, and they'll go that way and up to the 35.
Well, you can see that this team is well coached, can't you, James?
Yeah, that's Landon Lindsay. They bring him over from the defensive side again. He's one of their starting DBs, and he'll come in and good rangy receiver at 6'2". And he's got it, picks up 6 on first down.
This team's got a plan, and right now, offensively, they are executing.
Coach Hubbard was telling me before the game, he said, we know we're going to have to weather an early storm, which they kind of did. He said, then we're going to take it quarter by quarter and just see if we could just hang around and give ourselves a shot late in this one. Complete up the far side, and that's Gage Mims, the big wide out, 6'1", 190, and he was an impressive-looking player out in the pregame warm-ups we watched, Dan Brennan.
You couldn't miss him. You can see this is look at from the waist down, man. This kid is put together and good defensive player, too. I was watching some of that film from that Cottage Hill game. Happened to be on YouTube. I could have watched the whole game, but Mims is a good player.
That was his 5th catch of the season for the Tigers, and they'll split him out wide to the bottom of the screen this time. First down up at the 46. Getting 1 there on first down as they go back to DJ Fountain. Just a sophomore back there.
I mean, where do you hit him if you're a defender?
UMS has forced 8 turnovers. This defense has. They've only had 3 sacks, and sometimes it's you go against teams maybe don't throw it around a bunch or whatever. But Coach Koziel, the defensive coordinator, would like to see him get home. They did get 1 earlier in this game, so I guess that's 4 now on the season. Second back is Webb, and Webb tries to break a tackle, and he'll get maybe 1 good penetration there by UMS. But boy, you see how tough it is to bring down Webb.
Yeah, he's not only fast, boy, he's violent. He wanted none of that. He did break 1 tackle, but there's too much penetration there. But again, I think that's going to be part of the strategy defensively. You don't want to get out of place, but they're trying to stop these running backs before they get it going.
3rd and 9 here for the Tigers. Jernigan gives it off to Gandy, and nowhere to go on the right side, and they were trying to go behind the big side of the line there and get up to midfield, maybe to the 49. It'll bring up a punt here. Might see Tigers figuring that out. Okay, let's not make a bad situation worse. Maybe we flip the field here and pin UMS back down with the handoff, and Webb will come on to punt.
Yeah, he was skying them in the warm-up. Let's see how he does here. This is the do-everything guy, even the punter.
Yep.
He looked like a very good punter in the pregame.
High snap. End over end kick. White takes it, bobbles it a bit at the 24, still on his feet. Now reverses field. He's got some blockers in front of him. White, 44-yard lines. And the Bulldogs will start with just a little over 5 minutes to go. See, the official's going to take a heat timeout. He is. 5:06 to go in the first half. UMS on top of TR Miller, 21-12. Bulldogs got it. Good field position coming up after the break. UMS-Wright, 2-2 on the year. Did not play last week. Big region matchup with Faith Academy next week for Terry Curtis and his crew. Taking on TR Miller tonight here at the Coop on Old Shell Road. After the turnover, after the punt, excuse me, Stafford. Right side bottled up. That's Gandy there to make the tackle up to the 45. So we got some folks down in Orange Beach watching tonight. Rachel Ivy, 2000 graduate of TR Miller, watching the game down in Orange. No, I know, like, I would never guess you graduate. I'd guess like 2015, 2017, 2000 graduate.
What a compliment, Jim.
Yeah.
How's everybody down in Orange Beach, by the way?
So Jim Bibby from the Wharf texted. He said, Wharf open back up. High school football, a little bit of normalcy back after a tough hurricane week. And looks like we get offside here on the Tigers. And McConnell flag on the play. And Carl Quijas checking in from Kansas City.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Carl says, even though the Chiefs and Ravens play this week, this is the biggest game he's going to watch all weekend.
That's our executive producer's Pops. Still coaching his kid hard.
2nd and 3 after the flag. Singleton with a give to Blaylock. Tackled high to the 45, but it's going to be good for a Bulldog first down. Blaylock sticks his nose in there. And I think that was Walker who wrapped him up.
Winning a lot of battles up on the line of scrimmage.
TR Miller will get the ball to start the second half, so big possession here. They could get a stop. Singleton on the rollout, pressure coming, fires, and Stafford right at the sticks. Boy, Singleton stays in there, knew he was going to take the big hit, and delivers the strike to the 35.
And Stafford's just a smooth athlete, isn't he? Watch the catch here, all hands. Great throw, by the way, but Stafford runs the right route. No panic. I got it. Feet down. First down. Good player. Two good players.
Up to the 35. And UMS on the march again. Under center this time. Play action. Has to spin away from the tackle. TR Miller wants a holding call, and that one just thrown away. That might be grounding.
It's got to be grounding, right? They got to huddle up and say, wait a minute.
Yeah. TR Miller wants, now they're going to get the flag.
Yeah, there you go.
Intentional grounding flag. TR Miller they wanted the holding call first. They wanted a McConnell collision flag to come out.
Yeah, on the defender who was getting in the backfield, and then the obvious flag for the grounding, and it's a loss of down too, so it's a big loss. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
the nose guard.
Capterville who.
During the play, we had intentional grounding on the offense. That penalty also carries a loss of down. It's a 5-yard penalty. It'd be second down.
I apologize. I think they called Capterville Carpenter because of my failing eyesight, but he's a good player.
Hey, don't make the wrong call after an accident. Call McConnell Collision Center, the home of the Invisible Repair. Thanks for being a part of our broadcast. Here now, 2nd and 25 for the Bulldogs. Singleton, pump fake. Fires that one short. He was trying to get Lawrence. And that one maybe slipped out of his hand a little bit there, because that was not really close to Lawrence. And now 3rd and 25.
Kyle Blevins had really taken off downfield, and Lawrence settled in at a much shorter route. He was open.
All right, anytime you see number 1 come on the field for UMS on the offensive side of the ball, keep your eye out. Edwin White in the slot.
Got a long way to go for this first down.
2 receptions, looking to give it off. Blaylock inside and get down to the 38. But it's still going to bring up 4th and about 13.
almost feels like an inside reverse sometimes, you know, and that kid just knows how to run. They got some trap blocking going on up front. Everybody's blocking down, and then one guy comes around, and it's our saxophone player. He got 2 on that play. Will Pappas.
UMS will punt for the first time here tonight. Philip Hunt on. Guess who's back to return punts for?
I could imagine.
Darius Webb. Hunt wants to kind of pooch it and see if he can get it to check up inside the 5, and White downs it at the 2. 35-yard punt, but just placed perfectly. And White hustles down there.
I don't know, you know, you draw plays. I don't know if you draw punt plays, but if you do, that's how you would draw it up, and that's what they did.
Great job by Hunt to get that one in the air and not just boom it into the end zone, and took the backwards hop, and White able to down it, and now T.R. Miller pinned down deep. They'll mark it officially all the way back at the 3. And Webb, who didn't get to field the punt, pushes it out to the 5 as we approach 2 minutes to go here. Both teams, all their timeouts.
If you're Webb, you're thinking, I can go 97. Just give it to me. Let's see what happens.
Webb's got the 80-yard touchdown scamper. Jernigan, the quarterback, he took 160 on the first possession.
Webb, not just fast. We talked about he's a sprinter and a hurdler. But he's made some moves, too, to just shake people out of their shoes. He did on that long run.
Gandy in the backfield in front of Webb. And they'll give it to Gandy this time, and he's out to the 11. 3rd and 2.
UMS defenders are just maybe muttering to themselves, this isn't a lot of fun trying to stop these guys. Physical backs.
See the Tigers not in a huge hurry either. On the right side of that line. Now the play clock at 10. 3rd and about 2. Jernigan going to keep it. Jernigan got a block. Jernigan up to the 19-yard line. And look for a second there, like it's around one more. Jernigan might be coming down this sideline this time.
Fake was so good. I lost sight of Jernigan. Man, he got close to going a long way.
Courtney came in and made the tackle, but Jernigan able to pick up the first down. Inside a minute to go here. UMS starting to load up the box now. This Tiger team. Webb to about the 23. Picks up 5, and Tigers be happy to just head to the locker room down 21-12. Going to get the ball to start the second quarter, and maybe snap one more here to down at 15 seconds, and Webb comes off, and they bring Fountain back in.
Yeah,
they don't have to snap it.
Yeah, I don't think they will. So if you don't have any intention on making a big play, keep one less play to get anybody hurt, and talk about it at halftime, and they're right in the game.
UMS has the 21-12 lead at the half. Big plays on both sides here. UMS with the lead. We'll hear from Coach Curtis here in just a moment as his team heads into the locker room. And Coach Curtis, nice enough to join us down here. Coach, you told us heading into this game, this is going to be a good T.R. Miller team that could make some plays, and they certainly have done that here in the first half, but you've also made some big plays offensively.
Well, we have. We played pretty well offensively. We had the big intentional grounding right there. We moved the ball okay, but we just got to find something. We've got to be able to stop them a little bit. You know, the quarterback on the first play, we just got to play better technique and do a better job of stopping them.
Coach Curtis, one thing, this Dan, and one thing I'm seeing is the offensive line is doing a really nice job against a team that hasn't been yielding many yards on the ground all year. So not only is Blaylock running well, but he's getting a lot of room to run.
Well, we are. He's making some good cuts. He's going to be a good running back, and they get the ball first, second half. So this game is by no means over, and, we got a long way to go.
All right, thanks for the time, Coach Curtis.
All right.
Back in with your team. And UMS on top 21-12. As Coach Curtis said, T.R. Miller will get the ball to start quarter number 3. Halftime here on Friday Night Rivals. The Bulldogs lead the Tigers by 9. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, and our entire Friday Night Rivals crew here at Ervin S. Cooper Stadium. Jared Kihas and our great crew here early today, getting everything set up as we get to halftime here. UMS with the lead 21-12. Last week saw a matchup, Murphy and Theodore over at Ladd, and Theodore want to do what they do, run the football, but boy, put the air to Malik Kennedy, had a couple of big catches, and this one for the touchdown. Also had a big fourth down conversion, but Theodore's got playmakers on that side of the ball, Dan.
Yeah, that guy, brother, and of course,
the DNA is pretty good.
It is pretty good in that family. Kennedy, of course, his older brother now a linebacker at Alabama, so a lot of good players on the field last Friday, didn't you think?
Yeah, and Theodore really kind of jumped on top of Murphy and controlled the game, and this was the big fourth down completion here. And Kennedy was upset at himself he didn't break free for the touchdown, but able to keep a big drive alive there, and that helped Theodore kind of put that game away. And tonight's game will give you 4 choices as well as we look again. Kennedy and boy, Hurtrider, we were impressed by him at quarterback.
I'm saying the other guy in the picture probably got some votes too for player of the game.
Herc Reynolds, one of the leading rental equipment suppliers in the nation. 275 locations here in North America. As I said, past one of their trucks bringing supplies down here after the hurricane on I-10 the other day, from small hand tools and construction equipment to specialized pumps, power, and HVAC equipment. Herc offers it all, whether you're a weekend warrior or specialized engineered rental needs. Herc Reynolds has you covered. We'll give you 3 players of the game nominations at the end of tonight's broadcast here. It's halftime. UMS with the lead 21-12. UMS and T.R. Miller renewing a rivalry that they hadn't played each other since 2001, and they're back at it here tonight on Old Shell Road in Mobile. It's their halftime score there. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan at UMS-Wright tonight. Bulldogs taking on T.R. Miller, non-region matchup between 5A UMS and 3A T.R. Miller. We always like to look at our Friday Night Rivals highlights from the previous week 5, and we had highlights on Thursday and Friday from all across the country. So let's take a look and see some of the best of last week here on Friday Night Rivals.
So it's 2nd and 1. Trujillo will just keep it, come around the corner. He's had a big touchdown run tonight already. And here he goes. Trujillo cuts it way back and into the end zone. 63 yards.
Series of Martin took over. He has Austin has intercepted. Gabe Harris, that playmaker.
Spiral coming down. Meyer going over, and it goes through his hands, and it's going to be picked up by Robinson of Buccaneers.
Furthest trip to the playoffs in program history, going right up top. Touchdown, Warwick with the first play.
Steele said with the extra time in the preseason, they've put some new wrinkles into the offense. Awkward snap, handled by Mercury Swaim under pressure. He's going to throw on the run, heaving it downfield behind the defense. That ball's caught by Edwards. Edwards makes the move into the end zone. Touchdown, Bedford.
Better believe it. Does he have the first down? Yep, and then some. Scoots to the outside, keeps his balance. Nobody to beat. Down the sidelines for Preston to the 10, to the 5.
And Hunter Kelly throws it down the middle of the field, and it's picked off. One-handed grab. Jackson on the one-handed interception, a little stiff arm, and he's on his way back across midfield.
Always fun to see those highlights from the rest of the country, and Friday Night Rivals here on UTV 44. We've had some highlights here in the first half of this one.
Probably more than we were expecting.
UMS on top 21-12. T.R. Miller and UMS-Wright battling tonight here on Friday Night Rivals. We're at the half, just about 5 minutes away from kicking things off here to open up quarter number 3 each and every week during our Friday Night Rivals broadcast. Andy Citron Injury Attorneys likes to recognize our Scholastic Athletes of the Week, and also one of these great student athletes in the classroom is going to receive a $5,000 scholarship at the end of this high school football season. Wynn Britton, the linebacker for this T.R. Miller team, is our T.R. Miller Scholastic Athlete of the Week. 32, that's perfect, right? Yep. That's perfect. 4.49 on the GPA. 32 ACT, also plays baseball, and boy, he's everything there. The senior class president, National Honor Society, Spanish club, math team, pep club. Boy, just everything. Plans to go to either Alabama or UAB and pursue a career in medicine. And, wow. Yeah, boy, so impressive to do that, and then also want to go on and be in medicine. On the UMS side, Katie Holston, the senior, 4.62 GPA. She's a cheerleader and also plays softball. And you see everything she's got going on here at UMS-Wright. Alumni Spirit Award winner, National Honor Society, National Math Honor Society. Also the National Honor Society for Science and Spanish. I mean, if there's an honor society on the national level, Katie's a part of it.
In all those clubs in high school, either I didn't qualify or I was asked to leave.
And she's also a volunteer out at Mobile Infirmary. So hats off to you, Katie, and also to you, Wynn, from T.R. Miller. And both of these student athletes now in the running to win a $5,000 scholarship from Andy Citron and his injury attorneys over there in Baldwin County, all across the Southeast. So thanks, Andy, again for being a part of Friday Night Rivals and taking care of the great Scholastic athletes. We'll take another break and come back, get you ready for the second half between UMS-Wright and T.R. Miller here on Friday Night Rivals. UMS-Wright on top by 9 over T.R. Miller here in our Friday Night Rivals broadcast. Jim Cox and Dan Brennan high atop things here at Ervin Cooper Stadium on Old Shell Road in Mobile. And Dan, T.R. Miller, you know, we knew they wanted to come in and try to run the football. They've done that, but maybe not in the fashion we expect with both a 60 and an 80-yard touchdown run against UMS.
Big explosive plays. We saw a little bit of that against St. Paul's where UMS lost containment, but tonight was a little bit different. You know, it was just athletes making some plays. One was a little bit deception with the quarterback, but this team is well coached. They've got enough explosive players and a couple of thick backs that are going to try to wear UMS-Wright down. It's been a good game, but of course we're talking a lot about T.R. Miller. They're behind by 9, so it's not like they're winning the game. UMS-Wright has done some great things offensively too.
They've thrown for 3 touchdowns in the first half, and you brought it up with Coach Curtis, the offensive line getting great play there. And T.R. Miller's going to have to figure out a way to slow down this UMS offense here. They gave up 21 in the first half. They're not going to be able to give up a whole bunch more, you wouldn't think, here in the second.
Well, that's what halftime's for, right? You look it over, you say, here's how they beat us, here's how they hurt us, here's what we need to look out for. At least take away the things that they were doing well in the first half. Make them do, if they're going to beat you, make them do something different to beat you, not the same old thing.
If you're just joining us, we talked about it. T.R. Miller played on Monday night. They beat Bayside. It was a very emotional game. Bayside beat them in the last seconds last year, and so it was a very emotional win. And Coach Hubbard was saying, our BLP Mobile Paint Camp showing the fans here, and he was saying, after a game, you need a little time to recover physically, but then, mentally, you need to be able to kind of recharge your batteries as well. And he said, I think the kids are way better doing it than we are as coaches. He said, we're still watching film today trying to get ready for this game. But I think if you're T.R. Miller, you feel, all right, we did weather the storm in the first half, gave up some big plays, got some, but here we are. We're going to get the ball, and we're in this game heading into the third quarter.
Yeah, neither team looking like, showing any cobwebs out there. Both pretty explosive in the first half. Like UMS-Wright was so impressive with their drives that were dominated on the ground. And, of course, when they got closer to the end zone, Singleton able to use his arm to get the job done. But
stopped themselves on an interception. And then when they got that behind the chains on that costly intentional grounding penalty. But UMS, they'll make some adjustments at halftime and see how this one shakes out here. But it's been a good matchup. Again, UMS 5A and a 3A opponent here. And T.R. Miller in their non-region games. They played Jackson team in 4A to open the season, and they got UMS-Wright here tonight. UMS-Wright has played some tough competition in their non-region games as well. They played Baker, a 7A team, and now they got a big matchup here tonight against this T.R. Miller squad.
They disposed of Baker more easily than they're having more of a job tonight with T.R. Miller. Isn't that interesting?
And UMS, as we said, with a big 5A region matchup next week against Faith Academy. And T.R. Miller will go to XL next week. T.R. Miller with state championships in 69, 84, 91, 94, 2000, and 2002. Hunt sends it off. 4 to the 5. Bounces to the outside. And Webb, I might have called him Ward. My mistake there. Darius Webb, who his name called a whole bunch in the first half. We got a flag on the play.
Yeah, they're going to start out in bad field position now.
So our friends at Fusakli's, they take care of our crew, and they take care of you as well. Of course, hand-breaded chicken tenders and their homemade sauces. Of course, they've got drive-thrus at all locations, and you can order online at fusaklis.net. Pick up curbside, enjoy a snack, a box, a salad, or a tray. And it's not just chicken. There's somebody up in the booth that stands to my right who likes those French fries from Fusakli's.
Little Texas toast.
You don't say no. You do not say no to those options. Thanks for Fusakli's, our crew. They get here super early in the morning, and they deserve a big meal before the game starts from Fusakli's. And Fusakli's, as they've done for years and years, continue to do that for our great Fighter Night Rivals crew as the penalty backs up the Tigers, and pushing ahead for a couple is Gandy. Courtney in there. The tackle, Blake Adams, helping out.
Courtney's a good-looking athlete, isn't he?
Oh, boy.
Got a touchdown on the offensive side. Really solid linebacker. Good size, for 5A high school football.
Yep,
player.
Leading tackler, and they really lean on him a lot there at that linebacker position. 2nd and 6. Jernigan goes back off. Gandy up to the 15. Bring up 3rd and short, and they'll bring Fountain in there. You see Gandy at 190 pounds. You say they're going to bring in the big back now.
Yeah.
Gandy. Big in the backfield. Their leading rusher also, as we said, starting linebacker. And Fountain at 240 pounds. 3rd and a long 2. We'll call it officially 3. Jernigan on the right side. Big hole, and Fountain dropped the shoulder, and he's up to the 19. And that's going to be good for a first down for the Tigers.
You heard that collision in your living room right there.
Kyle Patel up and on the tackle there, and Fountain rumbling downhill on that one for the first down. They'll keep the 2-back set. This time they'll go to the left side, and good penetration by Edwin White there to go low on Fountain and trip him up.
Yeah, a little trap play, and they're hoping every kind of cross buck, I guess you would say. They're trying to get the motion going the other way. Get UMS-Wright thinking going right, and in fact, here you see it where it ends up, and that's White plugging the hole.
Yep. White going to Tennessee. Committed before the season. And just one for Fountain there, and Gage Mims comes in motion. Let's see what Alan Duhan has to say.
Snap. Got a snap infraction on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Didn't have a lot of penalties in that first half, and McConnell Collision Center flag on that one.
No, it looked like Mims was trying to sneak in and find out what it was all about.
He was in motion, but threw the flag before he
settled in.
Yeah, before he got toward Jernigan. So 2nd and 15. These go the other way. How quickly they get it to Webb, and Webb slippery at the 20, but ball came loose at the end of that play. Did UMS get on it? The Pilot's going to stay with T.R. Miller. Hadn't been able to do that a lot quickly, get a quick pass in space there to Webb, but you can see why they like that idea.
Yeah, UMS stays home. It's just a quick slant. It's basically off the play they just ran, Jim. It's a play action off that same crossbuck, and then hoping to get UMS out of kilter with the ball in his hands. That's a good idea.
I think that was Gaston, the linebacker, that ripped it away, and they give it to Webb coming all the way around the near side, and Joe Lott will push him out of bounds there and bring up a punt situation here for the Tigers. Well, those pre-snap penalties get you behind the chains, and tough to dig out of those holes sometimes. UMS comes up with a good stop, and now Blaylock and White will stand back around midfield.
Twin safeties back to return a punt. You don't see that very
Pressure
often.
coming, and Webb did a good job to get it off, and a good punt as well. And back to the 44 is where White picks it up. Reverses course, looking for a block out in front, and he got it. And White up, and now the flag's going to come, and they're going to say that's on a defenseless player, I believe is what it's, it's one of those blocks that would have been lauded back not that many years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And now I think this is going to be a defensive player block.
Football is so full speed.
Watch White point. He wants the block coming here.
Another one.
Got a block in the back.
I don't know about the block in the back.
Receiving team.
Might have been one, but
So 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Be first down.
All right, so that's better than the defenseless player, just a block in the back, and back to the 41.
Point I was going to make is football is so full speed, and then suddenly in certain nuanced areas, you have to just kind of stand there and shield a guy rather than actually hit him.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, you covered hockey. It's kind of against the nature of the whole sport.
And in real time, it's so hard. This is going to be a flag against UMS as they were moving a little bit early. That one, Landon Lindsay came up and made the stop. You see Blaylock.
That kid is smooth. Just a sophomore, leading rusher for the Bulldogs. And he's going to be the leading rusher in a lot of games for a number of years.
So a legal shift penalty, but with a loss of one, T.R. Miller going to decline that penalty, take the down, and bring up 2nd and 11.
See the yellow on the helmets? I'll explain what Yellow Day is all about on the campus of UMS-Wright, or what I know about it.
Had some people who actually text me here and were asking about those, and we've got the stickers on us up here, and all the coaches at UMS have them on as well.
We'll get to that.
Dan will tell you about that here in the second half. Singleton out to Stafford in space, but good job blowing that one up by Kyle Blevins, who had the interception in the first half and then fights through a block there to make the tackle.
Yeah, just took too long. It looked like a good block, but the block just couldn't maintain itself. And I think Blevins fights through the block, and I think the guy he was getting off on was White.
Yep.
And good job by Blevins. Chrisanna Roberts was a St. Jude patient for many years. She was a student at UMS-Wright. Her favorite color was yellow, and this is to honor her and to raise money for St. Jude. A beautiful young lady.
Singleton rolls out 3rd and long, looking to get it up the far side as he wanted to go to Roberson, and it's incomplete. And T.R. Miller will force a punt. Good coverage back there. Singleton in 3rd and long. Quick flick of the wrist and had a chance. And that one just a little over the top of Roberson.
A couple of times we've seen these T.R. Miller defenders actually out sprinting UMS right downfield, not getting beat deep.
Phillip Hunt on the punt here, and Webb stands back at the 20. Oh, dropped by Hunt. And it's nearly blocked, and a great job by Hunt to get that one off. And then look at the bounce it takes, and Webb watches it. Is it going to make it into the end zone? Boy, it does. What a fortunate bounce there for T.R. Miller after it kept going. But Hunt, a great job to get that punt away with pressure coming and pick it up. There's a lot that went on in that play for just a touchback, Dan.
Yeah, it's a long punt, as it turned out.
More of our great friends, Andy Sitcher and Injury Attorneys. We talked about him and the $5,000 scholarship he's giving to one of our Scholastic athletes this year, and also McConnell Collision Center. Bring us our flags each and every Friday, and you have a choice to make. You get to make that choice when you need a repair to your car, not your insurance company. Tell them you want to go to McConnell Collision Center. Jernigan on the keeper. Put it inside to the 23-yard line. I like Jernigan, too. I like the way he controls the game.
Yep. He knows exactly what he's doing. Pace of the game, too. You know, he's good near the end of the half. He understood to let the clock roll down. He's had a fumble, but he's also had a 60-yard touchdown run on a bootleg.
Gain of 3 on first down there, and big penetration, and then wow, White comes in and lays a huge hit on Jernigan, who kept that one. Edwin White, watch him read his keys on this one, Dan Brennan.
Yep, reads them and wraps up, and that's what Tennessee likes. All of the above. That's why he's going to be a volunteer.
No gain on that play as we're quickly to the halfway point here, the third quarter. Fountain in the backfield, and not quite happy with the personnel in there. And Coach Hubbard calls a timeout on 3rd and 7. We're foreseeing some of those defensive adjustments at halftime early on here in the third quarter. We're going to have a good game next week. Blunt, Spanish Fort and Saraland, our matchup next week. It's turned into a great rivalry.
Yeah, that's kind of juicy right there.
Saraland, of course, off to the great start. Spanish Fort, you can see, like, kind of find themselves after some tough matchups early in the season.
Well, Saraland is not only winning football games, they're finding it hard for people. They're like, can anybody challenge us?
Right.
And they've beaten some good teams too. McGill, Blunt.
Big win against Blunt last Saturday.
Blunt's been victimized by COVID-19 too. They can't get on the field because of opponents and maybe problems on their own team. But I know
that was early in the season.
After time.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting on the field. Third and 7 after the timeout for the Tigers. Webb in the backfield. They give it to him. Webb trying to get to the outside, and he will. He's going to get the first down. Good blocking up front, and Webb so speedy.
Yeah. Just a cross buck again, you know, just an inside, almost reverse, it feels like. The scheme affects you like it's going. See the guys blocking down the other way, and then you have one blocker come out to trap, and it's been effective for both teams.
Yeah, Zodi McMillan at 6'2", 330. Opening up some things on the right side. Andy driven back, and boy, it's something you've always seen out of these UMS teams. It is just rarely one Bulldog that brings a tackler down. There's usually a host in there. And they're trying to strip that football away, knock it away. Gandy had a tooth replaced after that Bayside game.
Yeah, the scoreboard said that it wasn't much of a game, but don't tell Gandy that. He looked like a jack-o'-lantern. Talking to his dad before the game, he said, yeah, here's what our Wednesday looked like. Tough player, though.
2nd and 10. Jernigan, pressure, grabbed, and wrapped up as Clark Turner came in there, and he's got his second sack of the season. Good coverage downfield by the UMS-Wright DBs, who have struggled a bit in parts of the season with coverage downfield, but this time the secondary does their job, and Turner came in and wrapped him up and got the whistle, and big loss. And now 3rd and 15. This team is not really 3rd and 15 built for that. No. Over the middle and off the hands as they brought Blevins over, who had the interception earlier, and it went off his hands. And
they were about to convert 3rd and 15, Jim.
If he can hold on to that one, a quick hitter over the middle, and he would have caught it with speed as well. And instead, Webb has to come on to punt and face Blaylock and White back there. Webb, super low kick, end over end. White decides to take it at the 40. White spins and pushed that on. They just can't help themselves back there like that, can they, Dan Brennan? They want the ball.
It kind of decided to
come right at him.
Yeah, right. I mean, the ball made the decision, and White didn't have to at that point.
Actually did save some yardage if it would have rolled past him.
Yeah, absolutely. He did a good job.
As well, and we're going to get a timeout here with just under 4 minutes to go in the third. Same score we had at the half. UMS with the ball back at their own 35 here on Friday Night Rivals. They lead it by 9. Hard to believe we're in the back half of the season already, Dan Brennan. Week 6. Jim Cox, and as I just asked him a question, Dan Brennan here with us here at UMS-Wright, and our great Friday Night Rivals crew headed up by Jared Kihas and our PLP Mobile Paint School Colors Cam. Showing the crowd here tonight on Old Shell Road as see everybody on the UMS side. Dan was talking about everybody dressed in yellow. And Singleton and the UMS offense back out. Blaylock up the middle. You get 4. Mims brought him down. We were talking about Terry Curtis and the great run and what he's done, this program here at UMS. Said he knew he wanted to be a coach when he was in 8th grade.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Great baseball player as well. Went to Auburn on a baseball scholarship and was a longtime assistant coach, and he got his first head coaching job at Shaw, then went to his alma mater, Murphy, and retired from the public system in '99 and came up Old Shell Road and become a legend.
Oh, no doubt. I think his boys were good players, too.
Yep.
A couple of sons. Casey lives back here in Mobile. His other son, I believe, lives in North Carolina, but they were good players, too. No big shock.
Good job, as we said. 8 state championship series in the Hall of Fame, and just still get the impression he loves what he does and loves being around kids.
Has a good effect on him.
Blaylock going to be stopped short. We're going to bring up 4th and 2 here for the Bulldogs near midfield.
Talk about defensive adjustments. We've seen it.
Yep.
Certainly the production is down here in the second half.
Let's see if UMS what they'll do here. One thing, UMS is down to their 3rd string long snapper.
Wow. So snapping is an adventure.
Could be, but they'll
factor that into this, right?
Yep. They'll bring Hunt out and snapped last time. I don't think it was such a bad snap. He just had trouble controlling it. And T.R. Miller was showing 10 up on the line of scrimmage. Decent snap this time. Hunt with another great booming kick. Webb will fair catch it at the 17. Good kick there by Philip Hunt. And defense is standing out here in the second half. One of our standout partners on Friday Night Rivals. Greers since 1916, and they've been a part of high school football for a long time on Friday nights. with us here on the Tube, and also Barrel Fine Furniture. Thank you for again being a part of Friday Night Rivals. Jernigan and T.R. Miller offense back out here. Jernigan looking to throw, looking for Webb, who's got it. There was contact as well, but they'll take the reception up to the 20-35. Best thrown ball of the night from Jernigan.
Yeah, and how about the catch? That's a wheel route. You got the out of the backfield. He just kind of rolls out there, circles out to the sideline. But you don't expect this catch. My goodness. But maybe from Webb you do.
Yeah, over the top of Jackson Graham.
Those are the two guys we highlighted before the game, that their paths shall cross.
They'll decline the pass interference penalty and take the reception up to the 35. So best play of the night through the air for Jernigan and the Tigers. They go right back on the ground, and Gandy to the outside, and Joe Lott will bring him down at the 41-yard line.
Those backs don't mess around either, do they? Gandy and Fountain. They just come, they follow the block and come straight ahead. Not afraid of contact, get what they can. You got 6 on that one.
And the freshman cornerback gets to make the open field tackle on Gandy there.
Yeah, I bet you that was fun.
Gandy again up the middle. And he'll get 4 before he's met by a pack of Bulldogs there, led by Clark Turner. Third short coming up as we move to the waning seconds here of the third quarter.
Couple of really well-coached teams, Jim.
I would agree. Limbs split out wide. Give it to Gandy, and Gandy breaks a tackle, and he's gonna grind out the first down to the 48. Wow, he was wrapped up by about 3 Bulldogs, but kept the legs pumping. And Gandy, all 190 pounds of him here, moves the sticks for T.R. Miller. Patel finally, they'll make it. Jackson Graham finally came over there to make the stop.
He almost got away from Graham, too.
Yeah, we'll see if it will be enough to get us to the end of the third quarter. They'll let the clock tick down. We're where we're at halftime. Boy, thinking a couple of big missed extra points here, but 21-12 as we head to the fourth. UMS on top, but the Tigers from T.R. Miller up near midfield as we start the fourth on Friday Night Rivals. One of the most beautiful settings for an on-campus high school football game we get to look at here on Friday nights. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, our Friday Night Rivals crew as we start the fourth. The sophomore Fountain ahead. He's going to have another first down for T.R. Miller up to the 40.
They're running hard, but they're also blocking very well up front. And by this point, both of these defenses have seen this blocking scheme over and over again. Should be no surprises. Actually, the defenses have played better here in the second half.
Yep.
21-12 in the first half, and no points scored in the third quarter.
Logan Rowell now in at wide receiver, and he'll come in motion. Jernigan will give it right back off to Fountain, and 225-pound sophomore picks up about 5.
How about a team that played 4 or 5 days ago,
yep,
catching their second win here at UMS-Wright?
Yep. They wondered if that was going to be a little bit of take them a little while to kind of get back to it, but they certainly have as we get ready to watch this one down the stretch. Blake Jernigan, he's been starting since he's a sophomore here, and Rowell now in the backfield. And they'll give it to him. And Rowell dragged down there by Graham. And so had a little help on the tackle by Kyle Patel. 3rd and a couple here for T.R. Miller. First time we've kind of seen a little rhythm from T.R. Miller offensively, Dan.
Yep. On the ground.
Webb in the backfield. Blevins up in the slot. Mims to block on the right side, and that's where Webb goes, and Webb cuts it back, and Graham will hold on, but Webb's going to have the first down. Barton Elliott is there holding on for dear life as well. And, you know, Webb looked like he had the first down, then kind of came back a little bit behind the line, but then moved it ahead, and another first down.
Pretty confident runner, and, you know, you have skill like that, you can get a little tricky and not be in any trouble. Well, he's a good player.
Oh, fun to watch. There's some teams that have T.R. Miller on the schedule that aren't particularly going to like watching this film and see what everything Webb can do. Now they go back to Gandy, and Gandy jumped up over the tackle attempt of Cameron Snipes. And
you don't see Gandy or Fountain losing yards.
No, you're right. And it's probably a bit of that cumulative effect where you're really tired of tackling those big guys now here in the fourth quarter.
They are physical runners, and they've been mostly on the ground all game. Their 2 touchdowns again. They were long ones, but they were rushing touchdowns.
T.R. Miller team came in averaging 35 a game. Gandy, no, instead it's going to be Jernigan on the keeper, and Jernigan now he cuts it down to the 10 for another T.R. Miller first down.
Well, I thought it was a perfect time for a play fake, and that's exactly what they did. And when the pass wasn't there, this kid's a good enough athlete, smart enough. He said, well, I'll just... It's like a 2-level pattern. You know, he had a receiver downfield.
And had Mims.
Mims was
on the shorter route.
Right, and then he just decided to tuck it and go.
Just outside the 10, Gandy. And White comes in with good penetration there to make the stop.
That's where the Bulldogs have had their best success, Jim, is when they blitzed and gotten in the backfield, slow these guys up before they ever get started. Of course, if you miss, then you could be in big trouble.
White knows to go down low on those big backs and wrap them up low to bring them down. Hart up to the top of the screen. Jernigan on the keeper, looks for a block, and there's going to be a flag. Jernigan got stood up as he crossed inside the 5.
Killer penalty, huh?
It's going to be bad news for the Tigers.
Jernigan left hand, there's a flag on the play.
Let's watch this coming. Going to get the...
They call that?
Not holding on the offense. See a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still second down.
Certainly. I don't know. It could not have been on Blevins. He barely made contact. Watch 2. If they call it on 2. No, must have been. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Blevins was not the guy.
Yeah, I think they might have been Devin Smith.
Yep, they got him.
Kind of a handful of jersey there.
Yeah, yep. Good call.
So backs you all the way out to the 22-yard line. You've got to get it down to the 1. Zip out back with an near side. Blevins slips a tackle and gets about 4. No, that was Miller Hart with the catch. Hart, you got some tall receivers too. Hart 6'1", Gage the big 6'1" receiver as well. And now 3rd and about 20 here for the Bulldogs, for the Tigers.
Okay, fun's fun. I think it's time to get it to Webb, don't you think?
Webb maybe in some space. Blevins out wide. And now Webb in the backfield. 3 receiver set. will roll out. Zips this one off. Complete to Smith, who's just guilty of the holding call, but he'll get down to about the 9, but still that's going to be about 8 yards short of the first down. But kind of see Coach Hubbard, they say, all right, 2 downs to get the 20 yards that we need here. So let's see if we can get a little manageable. That was a bit of a wonky snap. Devin Smith, another big target, 6 foot, 220 pounds, and TR Miller will take their second time out here of the second half. This might be the ball game.
Yeah, this is
right here.
I agree with that, Jim. I think they try to just whittle down what they had to get on 4th down and did a good job of that.
See us up here on the top of the actual visitors side press box here at UMS-Wright, but really a great vantage point up here outside, lots of space.
Met a lot of nice people from Bruton right in front of us. Got a chance to talk to before the game.
One of the mothers, one of the players, was just worried about microphone placement up here in case she said anything
about a referee, maybe.
Want to. So is look at the TR Miller schedule. Again, they've only given up 19 points in the past month. That tough loss to open things up against Jackson, and then go to Excel, home against Hillcrest Everton, and Flomaton unbeaten so far. And W.S. Neal, this team's going to make some noise in 3A before it's all said and done.
You know who played football at Excel? They have a lot of good players. None better than Leroy Jordan, the legendary Alabama national champ, I do believe, and, of course, Dallas Cowboy.
There we go, 4th and 9, 6.5 to go. Looking for a double pass. Blevins wants to throw it back, and it's picked off by Courtney. Blevins wanted to throw it back, and Courtney came up with the interception and takes it all the way out across the 30, and there's a flag at the end of the play.
Good job by UMS staying home on that one. They could have been way out of position, but Courtney wasn't.
Courtney caught a touchdown pass in the first half.
And thrown back to the quarterback. But look at Courtney. He's just, I'm sorry. Yes, it is. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. That's the guy we highlighted.
Yeah, Jackson Graham. Sorry.
Graham, yeah.
Thought it was 7-3. Graham comes up with the interception.
He's just sitting back on the goal line, almost in a prevent defense, and that play had no chance with the defense back there like that.
During the play, and after the interception, a little block in the back. UMS be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and first down UMS.
Sean Kelly with the call. Our McConnell Collision Center flag. Yeah, so it is Jackson Graham, and Dan highlighted him at the beginning of the game, said he's going to have to make some plays. Thought maybe more on the run stop, but comes up with a huge interception there. But boy, you think of your tier, that penalty. You know, you had it down inside the 10, and then you get a holding call when you would have moved it down inside the 5. And now you turn it over. And UMS.
Yeah, that was big. Now they're going to see if they can grind this thing out and run the clock. And doesn't TR Miller know that? So let's see what happens.
Singleton puts it off to Blaylock, no gain. And of course, TR Miller has already used 2 timeouts as well. It's a 2-score game. TR Miller missed their first PAT, then went for 2 after the second touchdown.
Little jump pass, and that failed.
So,
boy, good job by the nose guard right there.
Yeah, Capterville.
They got to know what's coming now. UMS-Wright really doesn't want to put this ball in the air, Jim, for fear of stopping the clock. Now, they might, but they'd rather just run it.
Yeah, Ben Price in at fullback. Comes over from the defensive side, and there's Blaylock. And Blaylock, the sophomore, has a first down and more up to the 35. He'll gain 15.
He's uncanny, isn't he? He just shifts and moves that keep plays alive for them. This is going to be a good look at it right now.
Yep, they'll mark him down at the 34. Webb grabbed him and brought him down, as now we're approaching 5 minutes to go.
Just a sophomore, so he's not even close to filling out yet. I would project him to be a 190-pounder by the time he's a senior, and with that sort of ability, he's going to be a lot to handle.
Singleton snapped this one right at 5 minutes, and Blaylock wrapped up and brought down in the backfield. Great job of reading that one. Coming in by Wynn Britton, our Scholastic Athlete of the Week, makes a big play there.
Paging Dr. Britton. Here he comes. He's going to study medicine, maybe at UAB.
Kind of stop the bleeding on the early part of that drive.
Yes. Impressive young man.
Perfect score on the AC. 30 is 32 perfect? 36?
32? 32's over.
I didn't even get invited to take it. So,
I should know that.
I'm really not well versed. Either way, that's a great score.
Well, here come the texts now, you two dummies.
Rolling out Singleton. Wide open, able to get that one off to Roberson. Breaks a tackle. He's got a UMS first down and more to the 44-yard line.
And he keeps it in bounds.
24-yard pickup. And the clock will start after they get the chains stopped. Run it, run it, run it. Play action.
There you go. You got trust in the quarterback.
Terry Curtis has done a little of that over 22 years here at UMS-Wright. He said when he was talking about this T.R. Miller team on our pregame show, he said, you know, they like to run it, then play action, make a big pass. Like, sounds like somebody else we've seen a lot of Friday night games over the years.
Yeah.
Blaylock up the middle and down to the 25-yard line as we're inside 4 minutes here. And now, as we said, you know, you see players that go both ways on this T.R. Miller team and might start seeing a little fatigue setting in, and combined with that, the fact they played on Monday night. And now UMS needs to be in no hurry to snap the ball here, leading by 9.
Perfect ACT is 36, by the way.
Gotcha. 32 is still really good. It allows you to go be a doctor.
It doesn't stink.
Blaylock. Gage Mims got him down low, and he's up to the 22-yard line as we approach 3 minutes left here. It's been a scoreless second half.
How about that?
Good adjustments at halftime by both coaches, as we thought we would see. And Zodi McMillan, number 78, comes back in to try to plug some things in this T.R. Miller defensive line.
A lot of pride on this field tonight, Jim.
Uh-huh.
Landon, get in the ball. Same play. Landon, move on.
Play clock now at 5. Blaylock stretches it to the outside, cuts it to the inside, and a big tackle from the backside as Capterville came and wrapped him up, and he's down to the 14. Third down. Coming up here is... Oh, no, they're going to be good for a first down. Excuse me, he got the first down. Inside there, now we got a... Thought we might have a official stopping it for a player on the T.R. Miller side. Nope, we're good, just down to the 14, good for the first down. And this one moves down to close to 2 minutes remaining. Singleton snaps over the play clock at 2. Blaylock in the middle. Boy, he does make some moves. Now down inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line.
The offensive line again giving him space to make the moves too.
Trey Singleton, the quarterback of this team, again, led him to a state championship last year, and really just Coach Curtis loves his gamesmanship and the way he gets out there and battles with his teammates, and his teammates love him. Really good baseball player for this UMS team as well, and he'll go back under center here, and just staring straight ahead at that play clock, brings it down again under 5. Good penetration this time by T.R. Miller, and to the 8. T.R. Miller with 1 timeout.
This thing's going to be down to about 30 seconds in the game the next time UMS-Wright snaps it.
We'll have to hurry. So we said 9 state championships in UMS-Wright history. Terry Curtis coached them to 8 of them. Who's the other one to do it?
Please reveal.
Crickets.
Oh,
up
yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Crickets, 1987.
Oh.
Ken McWilliams only coached here 2 years.
Interesting.
Coached here 2 years.
Wow.
Won the state championship, dropped the coaching mic. And that was it. But 1987, and UMS will just take a knee here. And that will do it for this one. A 2-score game. When time I wasn't taking, Coach Curtis said, we'll just take a knee. And
yeah, that's respect.
Oh, a lot of
for this program.
Yep. And I think this game was a lot like Terry Curtis expected it would be when he said it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a tough one on Friday night.
Yeah, he gave us a heads up. This team is good. This program is good, and I really think this coach now in the second year is turning it around. He's bringing them back to where they've been. And Terry Curtis has known this guy since he was a Pee-wee football player, I believe.
Yep, he's known him since he was well, Coach Curtis put his hand out about his hips, as he said, since he was about that tall.
Yeah, and Terry recognizes that this guy's a really good football coach.
Yeah, he was excited to get the game on the schedule. And Coach Hubbard also saying, this is one of those games that'll pay dividends for us down the road, playing a really good UMS team as we get ready for the playoffs.
Well, they didn't back down, and they didn't give in, and they made some big plays. Pretty even football game, really.
Again, no scoring in the second half. That was our score at halftime, and we thought there might be some defensive adjustments, and there was, and UMS improves to 3-2 on the year, 4-2 now for T.R. Miller, but the Bulldogs get a hard-fought victory here tonight over this T.R. Miller team, and Coach Curtis is down there with us right now. And Coach, you told us when we recorded the pregame show on Wednesday night, you said, this, and you're always real straightforward with us, so this is going to be a tough battle for us on Friday night, and I think this game kind of a lot what you expected it would be like with a matchup against T.R. Miller.
Well, I mean, they're amazing guys. I mean, they sitting there playing probably 6 or 7 guys both ways, never come off the field. And they still in the fourth quarter, they have about a 10-minute drive right there. And if it wouldn't have been for the penalty, we probably wouldn't have stopped them on that one. But, man, you got to give them all the credit in the world. We knew what it was going to be like. That's the reason they're probably I know they're in the top 10 in the history of football for wins. And all the tradition they got, and those guys showed it tonight. And Brent Hubbard's going to do a great job. And it won't be long before they win a championship.
Yeah, and, I think you got to be proud of your team. The adjustments at halftime defensively, I know they drove it long way there, but you keep them off the board and came up with a stop there on fourth down. And I think you're pretty happy defensively second half?
Well, we got to play our assignments better. We leaving too many people just wide open. The quarterback, nobody's taking him, and he had 3 or 4 big runs tonight, and these other teams are going to take advantage of that. We just got to go back. We got to get better. We'll take the win. I thought the first half our offense did great, and in the second half we don't block many people. So we got a lot of work to do, but we just going to keep working and keep trying to get better.
Jerry, what did you like most about your team's effort tonight?
Well, I thought we played hard. I still don't think we're playing very good or very well at the linebacker spot. We've got to do a better job stepping up on some of these leads and stuff. People run the ball right at us, and we just got to get in the line of scrimmage and take on blocks the right way, play with the right leverage. And, that's one of the things that spring training and summer training probably hurt us with.
All right, Coach, you get the win here tonight. Got a big one against Faith Academy next week. Good luck, and thanks for having us here tonight at UMS-Wright.
All right, see y'all next week.
All right, look, Coach Curry, he says, he would, and again, we always joke about this, Dan. He was the one when we started doing high school football on TV, and there were some schools that were like, yeah, we're not sure. He was like,
bring it.
Well, yeah. Every night, every game.
As many times as you want to show up, bring your cameras. Let's do it.
Yep, he's been a big proponent of all games on TV. Our player of the game nominations, Edwin White for the UMS-Wright Bulldogs, Cole Blaylock, and Darius Webb for T.R. Miller. Go to utv44.com to vote on that one. We'll give you the player of the game next week when we have Saraland and Spanish Fort here on Friday Night Rivals. But tonight, UMS-Wright gets the victory over T.R. Miller, 21-12, our final score. So for our great Friday Night Rivals crew, headed up by Jared Kihas, Dan Brennan, I'm Jim Cox saying good night from UMS, where the Bulldogs get the win over T.R. Miller by 9.